I'd say my biggest takeaway was the energy level was really, really good, and the freshmen looked a little nervous today. And it's interesting because we've been practicing. I mean, it hasn't, this is the first day of extended practice, so I don't know if the older players scared them or what, but they looked like they had a little first practice jitters. But other than that, I thought our energy level was really, really good. Lots of things to work on, but it was a good first day.
How exciting is this time of year for you compared to, or how does it compare to opening night of the regular season?
I mean, I think, especially for the players, nothing compares to putting on the Texas uniform and getting under the lights. But I will say that this is just, you get that feeling that as soon as you start this official practice and they get a little bit of new gear and you start to really work on team-oriented activities, then you start to get a little excitement. But, it comes fast. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I looked at the calendar today, and we scrimmage in a few weeks, and, end of the month we have an exhibition game, so it's going to come a little quicker than we probably anticipate.
Where's the leadership going to come from on this team with Ariel and Sean and people like that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's really clear-cut right now that Shug Sutton has emerged as the quarterback, so to say, of our team. It's football season, I might as well use the term, but she has definitely established herself as the leader of our team. She sets the tone every day. She's gotten a lot more vocal as the summer has come along, and especially this fall. And then I think just, you surround her with the returning players. Jatari's been very solid for us. Joyner has really matured enormously. Jada's matured, and then LaShawn is going to always give us her best effort from an example standpoint. And then you add Danny. Danny Williams is a very mature player that's not afraid to speak her mind. She obviously came here for a reason, and she wants to contribute. So we're surrounded around some older players that have pretty good leadership skills.
You guys had a really, really great recruiting class, but unfortunately you lost Sedona. How does that change the approach that you have going into this season?
Oh, it doesn't change anything. I agree with you. It's a great recruiting class, and this freshman class has been as pleasant of a surprise in so many ways than I could ever imagine. They're pretty low maintenance for high caliber players, and they get their job done. I mean, they do a great job in the classroom. They're pretty respectful across the board to everybody that deals with them, and their work ethic is good. So I anticipate all of our freshmen contributing in some form or fashion. I mean, you never know what that'll be and when the moments will come, but they are as solid of a group as I've ever seen.
How big do you think the learning curve is for the freshmen?
It's pretty big. It's pretty big, just the pace of the game and the intensity of how every play has to go. But the thing that I've been so impressed with the freshmen about is just their willingness. They're willing to push themselves a little bit. They're willing to be coached, either by us or by the older players. So I think that sometimes what holds a freshman back is that they think they know everything already. And this group, even though they are very knowledgeable, they're willing to be instructed, and that makes a big difference.
Coach Sedona's a local hero around here, and she's healing probably quicker than any of us thought. Her healing process is it making you think a little bit more about her situation and her timetable?
It's probably a little too early to have that conversation. I think that she is way ahead of what we anticipated, I will say that, and that's very encouraging for her. But there's still a timeline that you have to go by as far as when she can actually run and do some of those weight-bearing exercises. So we're a long way away from probably having that conversation, but I will say that it's encouraging. More than anything, even if she doesn't return for us, she returns back to the court in a sooner fashion than what we anticipated. So that's just reps for her. Whether they're this year as far as playing in games or whether it's next year, it's still reps for her that's going to be a huge advantage for Sedona.
Tell me what more means, Coach?
We had a little bit of some team building this summer, throughout the summer, and some of it this fall, and the older players just kind of decided that you know, they wanted that to be our theme, and it's just what it entails a lot. And as we move along this season, we'll get to what all of those mean, but it means a lot. I mean, you know, there's one more that you can do in a lot of situations, and we've sort of labeled that as, you know, can we box out one more time, which we didn't do today, but we'll work on. You know, one more pass. I mean, there's a lot to one more. I think they just decided that that was what they wanted it to be this year. And, you know, you want your team to take ownership. You want them to be proud of who they are and what the culture is here at Texas. And I think this older group really took ownership in what they want this year to be like.
Is there a player or two that, since you guys came back, that, like, for example, wow, Sean's shot really improved, or Jatari's boxing out much improved? Anything like that you've seen so far since the group came back?
I would say that I don't know that it's necessarily a surprise, because back to the learning curve of freshmen, there is a giant leap that a player should take between their freshman and sophomore year. And I do think our two sophomores are much improved just from a maturity standpoint, and I think they're ready to help our team. So Destiny and Chaz both have, I think, improved a lot. You know, Joyner has really, she's worked on her outside shot. She's shooting much better from the perimeter, and she's just so much more confident than the Joyner that came in mid-season last year. I mean, that was tough. It would have been tough for anyone, and she's had an off-season under her belt. She's in great condition, and I think it's obviously no surprise, if that's the word you're looking for, but it's she's ready, and that's a good thing for us.